All right, so here we go. This first one is pretty easy. I hope you were paying attention yesterday. In Brown v. Board of Ed of Topeka, the Supreme Court established which of the following principles? Don't even discuss it. Don't even discuss it with the people in your group because you should be able to figure this out yourself. Take a few seconds.
Is this great thing hearing us too?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can listen and watch it someday.
Let's see.
When I say go, you say the answer. 3, 2, 1, go. D. Right? Separation of students by race, even in equally good schools, if that's possible, is unconstitutional, right? That was the ruling of Brown v. Board of Ed. It overturned the long-standing finding of Plessy versus Ferguson in separate but equal. So good. So if you see a question like this on the AP exam, you're like, yay, they gave me an easy point, right? Or however you want to figure it out. The next one, we'll know if you did all the video homework for last night or not. You ready? Here we go. If a college admissions policy to reserve 20 seats in its incoming class for applicants belonging to racial minority groups is challenged in the courts, what is the judge likely to do? Is it uphold the policy because it provides additional opportunities for minority applicants, strike down the policy because reserving seats amounts to a quota system, strike down the policy because the percentage of seats reserved is less than the percentage of minority citizens in the general population, uphold the policy because only a small percentage of the total seats for incoming students are affected, or strike down the policy because it did not apply to women as well as racial minorities. So go ahead and talk to people next to you if you want for this one. Let's see what you guys know.
I know it.
Okay. I don't hear much talking.
We already know. We're just too good.
Better, what do you think of it?
All right, when I say go, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. The answer is B. Yeah, right. You guys did much better than my earlier class today, right? Right? So we in that video, I went over the different rulings concerning affirmative action, right? Someone had a question earlier today. They're like, well, isn't affirmative action the law? I'm like, no, there's no law that certain things have to have an affirmative action type of policy. But if it does, sometimes they've been upheld by SCOTUS, sometimes they've been struck down, depending on certain factors they went over. So a quota system is not one of those allowable factors. Race could be a factor, but it cannot be the only factor, and therefore being a quota system. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
No.
So I'm going to just explain real quickly what we'll be doing today. I'll do this for the B days. Oops, here we go. Let's see if I open it up to the right one. Let's see. All right. So you're going to see this on Canvas. And as I mentioned in the video and I mentioned in class, there are now more recent cases concerning affirmative action going before the Supreme Court. We'll probably see how they rule come in the fall. And I chose, was it 6 or 7 articles that all deal with these cases. It's 2 specific things. Now, I'll put a disclaimer. You probably don't want to do USA Today because some students say you need a subscription. When I don't have a subscription and somehow I opened it. But I don't want you guys to obviously pay for anything. In the New York Times, you can sign in through the school's media center, and that way you don't need to have a subscription either.
I have pirated a New York Times article from ASA.
Oh, you pirated it. We got such rebels here. All right, so there's the directions here. So what you're going to do is pick any 2 articles. The only requirements are if there are multiple people at your group, that you don't all pick the same 2. You can have one in common with someone else, but you can't, like someone, if you have A and B, someone in your group can have B and C, and another person can have A and C, but no one will have the exact same combination. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yes? All right. Then you're going to read the articles, and for each article, I want you to find like 4 or 5 facts. So you put them in this, the source 1 facts and the source 2 facts. Please don't copy quotes. All right? Don't play. I found this quote here. A fact, short and sweet. This percentage of test scores. This is the date it's going before the court. This is where it's from. Right? Simple facts. Right? No large quotes. After you read the 2 articles, you summarize the 2 of them together. Because even though they're different, they're about the same thing. So you put a summary where you sort of weave the 2 articles together. Does that make sense? But each article has a different take, has a different perspective, is looking at it with a different lens, is having a different looks at something else narrowly. So that's where you're going to put some insight. So maybe you can say like, this article focused more on the students. This article focused more on the history of this legislation. This article focused more on what I ate for breakfast today. I don't know. But for the insight, just think, what is unique to this article that the other article did not have? Does that make sense? Okay? You're not copying and pasting. You're not writing out sentences. You're just bulleting points here. But it should help us synthesize the information, looking at it from different sources. Make sense? All right. So let's get started on this. I'll put on some world events as we see the Ukraine situation unfolds, and I am here if you have questions. Sound good? All right, I'm going to end this. So hello to people that joined us here.